Are you thinking of quitting your job? Do you wake up every morning not motivated to go to your job? Do you think that it's the worst and that it makes you unhappy and the only thing that's gonna fix it is if you're gonna drop everything and just quit work? So if you've been thinking that for the longest time or lately, you might want to stick around because I'm gonna talk about that next. Welcome back! So today's vlog is a little bit timely kasi dahil sa mga nag-work from home, a lot of people are experiencing so much stress. Okay? And so some of them are actually being pushed to that point na gusto na nilang mag-resign or that they're thinking of quitting their job. Okay? So first things first, let's put things in perspective. Siguro in general, it should be something that you should be thankful for if you have a job, particularly at this pandemic, because a lot of people have lost their jobs, or those that cannot go back to their jobs, or those that can't find jobs for those who got laid off. And secondly, I want to talk about my situation. Okay, so for those of you who do not know, I am actually, well, I like saying I'm retired, but to be honest, back in the last quarter of 2018, I quit my job because I was offered a retirement package by my previous company, and I took it, and there was a certain amount of money that I was able to get, and I was able to invest it or pay off a couple of my debts. So, wala na akong full-time corporate job. No? I actually severed my association with the corporate jungle. Okay? Pero, meron naman akong sarili kong training consultancy, which is Bold Consultancy. So ngayon, currently, I do have some challenges lang doing training, primarily because face-to-face training is actually a challenge, and online training is not something that I can do very comfortably right now, primarily because I have challenges with my internet. So now, let's talk about where that is coming from. Bakit ka nag-iisip na gusto mo na mag-resign? I mean, you have to think it through, no? So, ano bang pinaggagalingan nun? Bakit gusto mo na mag-resign? So, there are several reasons or several factors that might cause a person to want to resign, no? So, the number one that I know of would be the boss. Okay? So, may problema ka ba with your boss? Can't you work with him or her? So, in your mind, do you think that your boss is the spawn of Satan? Mga ganyan. Yung, is your boss always giving you a hard time? Okay? Is he or she someone with delusions of grandeur na pinapahirapan ka na ikaw lang particularly? Okay? So, ganun ba yun? Okay? And does he or she not recognize you or your effort? So, yun yung isa, yung boss, no? Second, colleagues in general, aside from your boss. So, yung bang mga colleagues mo, mga office mates mo, are they giving you a hard time? Do they not connect with you? Are you like you're from a different planet and that they don't seem to understand you? Or do they spread gossips or rumors about you? Okay? Or ito ba yung parang in high school or college, ito yung mga mean girls, no, na you can't sit with us. So, ganun ba? Okay? Or are they not team players? Do they always ano ang tawag doon sa Tagalog, pinagkakaisahan ka ba nila? Okay? So yun for colleagues. Another reason for possibly thinking of quitting is maybe your pay, okay? Or the benefits that go with it. Are you overworked and yet underpaid? Okay? And benefits wise, wala ka bang magandang benefit? Okay? So yung example dyan, people that I've talked to, they actually work in either an insurance company or a medical industry, pero wala silang healthcare package or insurance. So, yun yung mga certain things, no? So, pay, masyadong mababa, or wala kang masyadong benefits. Another cause that I could think of would be the work environment per se. So, toxic ba siya? Ito ba yung tipo na parang ano kayo, 10 kayong tao in a very small cubicle, yan, yung mga ganyan. And, is the toilet really far from your cubicle? Tapos, lagi bang sira yung elevator that you have to walk from the ground floor to the 15th floor? Wow, agad. What else? So, kunwari, do you commute minimum of 2-3 hours one way? So, 6 hours yun every day. Kasi ang layo ng bahay mo dun sa office mo. So, isa din yun sa mga considerations that you may also be looking at why you wanna quit. And siguro last that I could think of, na also very important for most people is yung task itself that you are doing, the routines, the responsibilities, yung mga kailangan mong gawin as an employee. Okay, so do you feel like you're doing way too much tasks vis-a-vis what you are supposed to be doing? Okay, or kumbaga wala na ba yun sa mga KRAs mo? Okay, puro na ba ad hoc lahat ng ginagawa mo? Or have you been doing so many things that are a little bit less challenging? Yung feeling mo nabobobo ka na. Yung mga tipong inuutos-utusan ka lang bumili ng Starbucks, yung mga ganyan, or taga-photocopy ng papel. Okay? I mean, don't get me wrong, no? There's nothing wrong with doing that. We will all go through that. I mean, when I retired, I was actually a head of a department, and I didn't mind doing those menial tasks that a lot of people consider as nakakabobo. So, yun nga. I mean, do you keep doing that every time? Okay, so, yun yung mga possible reasons that you might want to be considering why you want to quit your job. So, now that you have identified exactly kung ano yung pinanggagalingan ng bakit gusto mo nang mag-resign, I think it's high time that you assess your overall state of mind. Yung kondisyon ng pag-iisip mo, okay, your well-being included. So, you ask yourself, ito bang mga nabanggit ko kanina, whether it's the boss or the pay or the colleagues, etc., is that situation or circumstance that I currently find myself in still tolerable? So, in short, kaya ko pa ba siyang tiisin? I mean, maitatawid ko pa ba siya na on a day-to-day basis? Or talagang nandun na ako sa point na isa na lang talaga, pamumuro na to, I'm going to snap and baka maghuramentado na ako sa opisina or I'll just lose it. So, that's the question that you need to ask yourself. At what level is your capacity na mag-tolerate? Eh, pag hindi mo na talaga siya ma-tolerate, then let's go to the next question. What is your readiness level? Okay, so are you ready? Okay, kasi marami kang kailangang i-consider eh. Hindi pwedeng, F this, ayoko na, I quit. Tapos biglang tinapon mo yung mga papel mo, tapos nag-dramatic exit ka. So, I think that only happens in the movies. Okay? Kasi kailangan mag-isip ka eh, bago ka umalis. So, ano yung mga kailangan pag-usapan? Number one, yun nga. Do you already have the courage to actually leave? Okay, so kaya mo na ba? Okay, ano yung makakadagdag doon sa pwede kang magkaroon ng courage or the lack of it for that matter? Siguro, at this point, I want you to think about what is your financial capacity. Okay, kasi, let's face it, when you quit your job, kailangan mo ng fallback. Okay, so, meron ka na bang lilipatan? Yun, kasi kaya nga minsan, di ba, people ask you, you're resigning pala, so, may lilipatan ka na ba? Okay? Again, it's not necessary that there is already a new company na tatalunan mo, di ba? Minsan kailangan natin magpahinga. So, yun na nga. You have to look at your financial capabilities or capacity. Meaning, in the event na mawala ka ng trabaho at wala ka ng monthly income na aasahan, do you have savings to rely on? Okay, so, meron ka bang investment na mahuhulog? Meron ka bang mabebentang mga Balenciaga bagbalan? Wow, Balenciaga! Kasi nga, ngayon yun eh, umalis ka ng trabaho mo, malamang, alam ka na magsweldohan ka nila, diba? So, there will be bills to pay, you have to eat, okay? So, siguro, what's a ballpark figure? Tignan mo yung savings mo, kung meron ka bang, I would think minimum 6 months of your salary, diba? So, kung ang sinasahod mo ay 100,000 a month, times 6, o edi dapat lampas kalahating milyon ang meron kang minimum. So, 600,000 should be your minimum. Kasi, yun yung dapat na fallback mo na hindi ka kakabahan na maghihikahos ka or that you're gonna have a hard time sustaining your day-to-day existence, so to speak. Tapos, tingnan mo din yung yung pros and cons, di ba? So, pag nag-resign ako, ano bang mangyayari? Okay, kaya ko ba to? Yung bang family ko na sinusuportahan ko? If you're a breadwinner, maiintindihan ba nila that I might have to cut back or cut down on the monthly allowance that I give them? Okay? So, makakayanan ko ba na wala akong ginagawa every day? Those things, you have to consider those if you're going to finally bite the bullet and decide that you are really ready to quit your job. Now, before I move on, I want to, I don't want to say digress, no? Kasi related itong isisingit ko. So, I want to insert this short tidbit of information. So, back in college, in psychology, you would remember this model called Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay? So, ano tong hierarchy of needs? According to Maslow, iba-iba ang levels ng pangangailangan ng mga tao. Hindi tayo pare-pareho ng needs. Some of us are level 1, which is basic needs. Ano yun? Food, shelter, clothing, water, sex, money, Wi-Fi daw. Kasama daw doon. Okay? So, number 2 is safety and security. So, ano yung safety and security? Ito yung peace of mind. Okay? So, knowing that you're secure, that there's no danger, or at the very least, you will be protected from danger. Okay? Or meron kang fallback or safety net. So, the third that is in that model is love and belongingness. So, ito yung need na to be part of a group, to be accepted, to be loved. Okay? And then the fourth is sort of connected with number 3. Ito naman yung recognition or self-esteem. Ito naman yung the need to feel that you have arrived or that you are acknowledged for what you're doing or what you have done. And then the fifth, ito yung ultimate na it's called self-actualization. Ito yung, oh, I have arrived. So coming from number 4 na I want that feeling of I have arrived. Ito yung 5 na, ito na, natanggap ko na. It's me already. Yun. So, why am I inserting the Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs in this vlog? Kasi, kailangan mong tanungin din yung sarili mo bago ka mag-resign. After mong pagdaanan yung mga proseso na sinabi ko, ask yourself, anong level na ba ako ngayon? Okay? So, kung nasa level 1 ka, tapos wala kang pera, wala kang savings, eh baka mahirap mag-quit ng job. Kasi nga, basic need ka pa lang. Okay? Or, are you in number 2? Okay? Safety and security. Kung wala kang lilipatan, and going back to number 1, kung wala ka namang fallback, na savings or maybe a business that you know is gonna work, mahirap din mag-quit. So, number 3, belongingness. Okay? So, kung talagang ang need mo is to belong to a group, to a clique, tapos talagang your colleagues are really alienating you from them or that they don't really show any efforts of being inclusive despite all of your efforts to be part of the team, then maybe it's a checkbox na baka pwede kang mag-quit. Okay, yung sa pang-apat, yung recognition and self-esteem. Yung ba yung need mo ngayon na malakas, no? So, maaaring you may be a millennial or maybe a Gen Xer who wants to prove something. Tapos your boss just never can seem to give you proper credit. Okay? Or hindi ka man lang ma-pat on the back na, oh, good job. Lagi na lang ikaw yung mali. May ganyan. May mga ganyan, boss. Eh, so, kung nandun ka sa level na yun, level 4, it's a bad match between you and your boss. Okay? Kasi, hindi mo talaga ma-achieve yung need na yun. So, maybe it's time for you to look for it in another company where that is going to be given. Which brings me to number 5. So, feeling mo ba hindi ka napopromote? 10 taon ka na dyan, yun pa rin ang trabaho mo, hindi ka pa rin napopromote. Diba? And you've given your goddamn best. Pero, paano humuhugot ako? Wala akong humuhugot yun. Or, basta. If you've given it your best, tapos, ang tagal-tagal mo na, hindi ka pa napopromote, yung need mo for self-actualization, and yung number 4, hindi mo yun maa-achieve. Okay? So, it might be time for you to really leave. So, again, go back to the hierarchy of needs, and then, it will help you also, aside from the first 2 criteria ng readiness na tatanungin mo sa sarili mo, bago mo i-desisyonan na talagang, ito na, this is it, pansit, I'm going to quit. Oh, so ito na, nag-decide ka na nga kunwari na. Now, it's time for you to leave. So, what are the things that you need to remember or to observe, okay, to ensure as you are going to leave? So, number 1, syempre magsusulat ka ng resignation letter. Yung resignation letter mo, wag mo ilagay doon lahat ng angst mo na parang you were really such a bad boss or I really hated the job that was given to me. It made me feel so stupid. You don't need to put it there. You can actually talk about that in your exit interview. Okay? Ang ilagay mo dun sa resignation mo, short and sweet. You know, magpasalamat ka for the X number of years that you have been part of the team and surely you've learned some things, you've gained experience, and you want to put it there. You want to show, you want to document it in your resignation letter na hindi ka papaya tuloy. Hindi ka ampalaya na mapait. Even if you are. You live graciously, gracefully, okay? And professionally. So, bigyan mo sila ng siguro 15 minimum, 15 to 30 day notice. And then, while you're at it, gawin mo yung proper turnover. Especially if you're the only person who could do that job or that task is specifically earmarked or anchored dun sa expertise mo. Okay? So, mag-ready ka ng proper turnover. Yung mga tipo meron kang Excel, nakalagay dito what's the task and who are the people involved, point persons, maybe what are their contact numbers or email addresses. Tapos may file locator ka, saan yung makahanap dito sa laptop na i-turn over ko sa inyo when I'm gone. Okay? And you should already endorse. So, kumbaga, kung like in my case, I was the head of sales development. Kailangan, kakausapin ko na yung mga one-downs ko. No? So, igugurum ko na sila to, in the interim, habang wala pa akong kapalit or wala pang OIC, they will be able to step up and they will not be kept in the dark na parang nilaglag mo lang. Okay? And also, one thing I noticed is a lot of people, when they resign, what they do is they send a goodbye letter on the last day of their job at the last working hour. Okay? So, parang hindi maganda yun. No? So, ang suggestion ko, if you have several clients or suppliers, point persons na talagang importante na you know na this beyond your leaving the company will still be needed by yung mga iiwanan mo, kailangan i-inform mo na sila ahead of time that, I have decided to quit my job and whatever. And don't be too don't give too much information why you're leaving. Sabihin mo lang that you're leaving, that you might want to address or copy furnish si ganito, yun nga, yung sa in-endorse mo. You might want to endorse your concerns to the following people moving forward. Okay? And I guess ang tip ko dyan is, yung iba kasi pag nagre-resign na, alam na nilang mag-resign ako, I'm on my last 30 days. Yung naka-exit mode, don't be on an exit mode. On your last 30 days work as if you're not leaving. So, magtrabaho ka na kung paano yung output mo, hindi siya nabawasan. The only difference that's gonna happen is you're gonna leave in 30 days. So, make it work, make it happen, and still be the best version of yourself. Okay? And last but not the least, never burn bridges. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng don't burn bridges? Ito yung mga, Diyos ko, sinisiraan mo yung boss mo. Naku, yung boss ko, ganyan yan, magnanakaw yan. Okay? Or naku, yung company. Ano yun, manturugas yan hindi nagbabayad ng komisyon. Ganyan. Or you'll badmouth a certain client or a certain colleague. Okay? Okay, so don't burn bridges kasi maliit lang yung industry na ginagalawa natin. I mean, true, there are millions and billions of people in the world. So unless you are going to decide to just live under a rock in a cave and you're not going to be interacting with anyone na wala kang internet, wala kang cellphone, wala kang pagtatrabahuan, sige, burn bridges, bazukain mo pa yan. Okay, but unless that's the situation, never burn bridges. Okay, so always leave diplomatically. Kasi you'll never know when you're gonna cross paths with them again. I mean, you don't want to be crossing paths with them again in another maybe business venture or another job. Tapos masama yung loob niya sa'yo kasi binadmouth mo siya. So, always keep it professional. So, that's my tip if you're leaving your job. So now, I want to circle back to my very, very first statement, my premise, na ngayon nga, may pandemic, pahirapan yung paghanap ng trabaho or pagkuha ng work. So, maybe, to add to some of your considerations, kung gusto mo na ba talagang umalis, isama natin yun, yung realization na I may not be happy with my job right now. It may be causing me stress or it's making me feel shitty. But at least I have a job. Okay? So, pero again, also to maybe counter that naman, kung talagang hindi mo na kaya, you're losing sleep over it, naapektuhan na yung overall positive outlook mo in life, your sleep, you're so stressed, you cannot focus, you don't have a social life anymore, you don't have a life per se, then maybe, just maybe, it is probably the right time to quit your job. So ako siguro in parting or in closing, what I want to say is this has always guided me whenever I make my decisions. Always make your decisions based on your values. What do you value most? What's most important to you? What is or are the things that are very close to you as a person or as a human being? Base your decisions on that, and you can never go wrong. So there you have it. That's another part of my quickie vlog series here in my YouTube channel, DJ Bentong. I hope you were able to gain some new insights or tips and pointers should you be thinking about leaving your job. So from here in the Capital Commons area, I wish you well. I hope you're healthy, safe, happy, loved, appreciated, and not thinking of leaving your job. So this is PJ Bentong. If you like this video, please click like, share it on your social media, and if you haven't yet, click subscribe and that bell.